is the ionization energy. Second one is the ionization energy. It is the minimum amount of energy required to remove an electron from the isolated gaseous atom. So, for example, if you take one atom plus if you take this ionization energy, so what happens is this will lose one electron and become M positive, and there is a discharge of one of the electron. So the energy required to remove an electron from this isolated atom, that energy is called as ionization energy. So what are the factors? So first factor is the atomic radii. So as the atomic radii increases, the ionization energy decreases. So what happens is, as the atomic radii increases, so if you take one atom, so the atomic radii is high, so to remove an electron from the outermost shell will be very easy, because the attraction between this and this will be very low. So the minimum amount of energy is required to remove an electron from this outermost shell. So ionization energy required is very less. So next one is nuclear charge. So as the nuclear charge increases, so the ionization energy increases. So ionization energy, so for example nuclear charge, if there is high nuclear charge, it means that the forces of attraction are very high. So the energy required to remove an electron from this is more. So ionization energy required is more. So these are the factors. So what are the variations? So first variation, if you take down the group, so if you come down the group, first thing is atomic radii. So what happens is, if you come down the group, the atomic radii increases. Okay, and the ionization energy decreases, and the nuclear charge also increases. Nuclear charge increases. Okay, this is down the group. As you come from up to down, the atomic radii increases because the number of shells increases. Since the atomic radii is more, the energy required to remove an electron is very easy. So ionization energy required is very less. So the nuclear energy also increases slow. So second one is along the period. If you consider along the period, it is opposite to this, whereas atomic radii decreases. Okay, so what happens to ionization energy? Increases. So nuclear charge increases. So as you go from left to right, what happens is the atomic radii decreases because the number of shells remains the same, whereas the energy required to remove an electron will be very difficult because the electrons are very attracted towards the nucleus. So ionization energy required is more, and the nuclear charge also will be more. So these are the factors and the variations of ionization energy. So next, coming to the next property is electron affinity. Third property is electron affinity. The electron affinity is nothing but the energy required to take up an electron from an element to become uni-negative element. So if you take any element, so if you take M, so to take up one electron, it will form M negative because it will take up an electron. So, and the energy released is electron affinity. The energy released when an element takes up an electron from the isolated atom to become the uninegative element. So, this is the concept of electron affinity. So, what are the factors? So, what happens is, first one is atomic radii as usual. So, atomic radii increases, so the electron affinity decreases. So, it is same as that of the ionization potential. So, as the number of shells atomic radii increases, the energy required to take up an electron will be very easy. So, the electron affinity required is very less. So, it decreases. So, second factor is the nuclear charge. So, as the nuclear charge increases, so the attraction increases, so it is very difficult to take up an electron. So, the electron affinity increases. So, these are the two factors. So, next is the variations. So, same as it is. So, as the atomic radii increases, this is down the group. So, atomic radii increases, the electron affinity decreases, the nuclear charge increases. This is down the group. As I told you, as the number of shells increases, atomic radii increases, so the attraction between the outermost electron and the nucleus will be very less. The attraction will be less. So, it is very easy to take up an electron. So, electron affinity decreases. So, if you take along the period, so atomic radii decreases, electron affinity increases, and nuclear charge increases. So, as you go from left to right, the atomic radii will decrease because the number of shells remains same. The attraction will be very high. So, to take up an electron is very difficult. So, electron affinity should be more. So, it increases. The nuclear charge also increases. So, these are the factors and the variations of another property called electron affinity. So, next property is the electronegativity. So, electronegativity, the tendency of an element to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself, that is called as electronegativity. So, for example, we know there are three kinds of bonds. One is polar covalent, one is covalent, one is ionic bond. So, what is polar covalent is sharing of electrons only from the same atom, which means there is no electron in this hydrogen, but since this chlorine has all its electrons, but still it undergoes sharing with the hydrogen to form a stable compound. So it undergoes sharing. So here there is unequal sharing of electrons. So because the electrons will be shared by chlorine only, hydrogen will not give any electrons. So this is called as polar covalent bond. If you take covalent bond, there is a sharing of electrons. So hydrogen has one electron. If you take another hydrogen which has one electron, to undergo stable electronic configuration, this hydrogen needs another electron so that it will become 2. So this will happen sharing. So this will gain to 1 electron more. This will gain. This is the sharing of electrons. If you take ionic, there is just a transfer of electrons. Transfer of electrons. For example, NaCl. So Na will donate one of its electrons to the chlorine to become stable, and this will gain one of the electron to become stable. So it will form a NaCl bond. So these are the three types of bonds. So electronegativity was devised by many methods. So the electronegativity of each atom can be known, but here mainly they use the Pauling scale. So by Pauling scale we came to know that fluorine has a highly electronegative having a 4.0 value. The least is the cesium, which is having a 0.7 value electronegativity. So fluorine is highly electronegative atom. So how do we know whether it is covalent or ionic by this electronegativity? Is if the element having less than 1.7 value, then it is covalent. If it is having more than 1.7, then it is an ionic compound. So by this electronegativity values you can come to know whether it is a covalent or ionic bond. So those factors are same. First one is atomic radius. So as the atomic radius increases, this electronegativity decreases. So this is also nothing but tendency to attract the shared pair of electrons. So if they are very near, so it requires more electronegativity. But if they are far apart, so the electronegativity required is less because the number of shells will be more. Next is the nuclear charge. So as the nuclear charge increases, the electronegativity also increases. Since the number of shells will be less and the attraction will be more, it is very difficult for to attract the shared pair of electrons. So these are the factors. So what are the variations? First one is the down the group. So what happens down the group? As we know, atomic radii increases. So increases, electronegativity decreases, and the nuclear charge increases. So next, if you go to along the period, so what happens is atomic radii decreases, electronegativity increases. So this is nuclear charge also increases. So this is electronegativity opposite to that of the electropositivity. So this is one of the properties of factors and the variations of electronegativity. Next factor is the metallic property and non-metallic property. So metallic property. So metallic property is the metal which loses an electron and becomes positive. So this is the property of the metals. So what happened is, as we go along the period, the metallic property decreases and it will switch to non-metals. But when you come down the group, the metallic property increases. But along the period, the metallic property decreases and it will switch to non-metals. So what are the factors? So first, atomic radii. As the atomic radii increases, the metallic property also increases. Then if you take nuclear charge, as the nuclear charge increases, the metallic property decreases. So if you increase the number of shells, what happens is the lose an electron, it becomes positive. So it is very difficult to lose an electron. But in non-metallic properties, it is very easy to take up an electron. So these are the factors. So variations, if you take down the group, atomic radii atomic radii increases, so metallic property increases, and the nuclear charge increases. So second is along the period. Along the period, it is same reverse of this, which means atomic radii decreases. So the metallic property also decreases, but the nuclear charge increases. So these are the factors and the variations of this metallic properties. So